Very many congratulations to the top three qualifiers for the FIA Formula One Italian Grand Prix. In third place, Charles Leclerc. In second place, Max Verstappen. And taking his fourth pole in Formula One and his first here at Monza, our pole sitter, Carlos Sainz. Carlos, belated happy birthday. What a sensational final lap by you. Just how sweet is this moment? Pole for Ferrari at Monza.
Difficult to put into words, and to describe the feeling. It's just amazing, just the whole weekend really, since we arrived here on Wednesday, the support and the feeling with the crowd and the energy that they put into us, it's incredible. I had my birthday yesterday also, so I enjoyed that, and I'm pretty sure it gave me also good feeling, good vibes, and good energy into today. I've been feeling very comfortable with the car, and I put together honestly one of my best laps there in Q3, run 2 to sail pole tight with these two, like it used to be last year, and like it gets to be normally, and enjoyed a lot that lap.
As you say, you've been fast all weekend. The car seems very hooked up. Just what are its strengths around Monza?
Well, I guess our efficiency, like we've seen in some tracks this year, it's pretty good. And the car, honestly, since we put it on track on FP1, it just felt completely different to what it did in Zandvoort. And it's what it is. It's what we are getting this year. We're getting some very good weekends and some other very tough ones. We just need to make sure in the good ones we try to maximize like we did today. And in the tough ones, we learn how to suffer and get the best out of it. But honestly, the car today, I cannot fault it. It was a really, really good balance. It gave me a lot of confidence through Sector 2, Ascari and Parabolica. And there is, I think, where I could make the difference when it counted, taking a bit more risks.
Now, there was one potential hiccup in Q1 when, and I'm quoting, you were reported to the stewards for disobeying the race director's instructions concerning the maximum lap time. What happened there?
Yeah, I'm not very worried about that because I had to slow down so much to don't impede other cars that were in fastest laps that it was almost impossible to respect the delta that the race director put us, because if I would have respected it, I would have impeded my competitors. So I just played it safe, preferred to not impede anyone, and even if I was, I think, 1 or 2 seconds off the delta, I think that's safer than actually impeding someone.
And that is why there is no further action. But look, let's look ahead to the race tomorrow.
Thank you.
Then.
Don't scare me.
Let's look ahead to the race tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Have you got the car to do it, to win around here?
Well, we've got the motivation and the energy to do it. The car, it has been very good all weekend, especially over one lap. From what I've seen through the long runs, I'm not going to lie, it's trickier. It's not the same picture as in quali. That Red Bull, as soon as you put 5 or 6 laps on the tire and everything starts to degrade a bit, it's where they come their strengths and the race pace that we've seen all year. But hopefully I can get a good start, and then I can make Max and Checo behind, and Charles' life obviously as difficult as possible. But I think we will need to work good as a team and give it our best shot. I think it's a good opportunity tomorrow, but also being realistic, the Red Bull should be quicker. We're just going to try and make their life as complicated as possible and try to take the win.
All right, best of luck with that, Carlos. Thank you, and well done. Max, coming to you now. So tell us about qualifying for you after 8 consecutive pole positions. It's P2 for you here at Monza.
So now you do count my Spa pole. Okay. Yeah, I think it was just very tight. You could see Q1, Q2, Q3. It was every run. You could see that we were very closely matched. And I think this weekend for us, especially from my side, I think Friday it was a little bit more tricky, but I think we can't really complain. I had like so many weekends in a row where we put the car on the track, and it has been like easy going. It has been really well set up, and it seemed like here was just a little bit more difficult to find the right trade-off with downforce for us. But I was very happy this morning. I thought the car was working well on one lap and on the long run as well. So yeah, I'm happy with second, to be honest. I mean, here in Monza, it's always very tight. Sometimes you might jump ahead. Sometimes you're just behind. But I'm confident for tomorrow.
How good was that final lap in Q3?
It was good, just pushing as hard as I could. On a track like this with low downforce, it's not always the easiest, but it was enjoyable out there.
And do you agree with Carlos that you have a better race car than him?
I mean, so far this year, yes. So hopefully it will be the same tomorrow.
All right, best of luck with that. Thank you, Max. And Charles, coming to you, very well done as well. Amazing moment to have two Ferraris in the top three. Just talk us through Q3, first of all, from your point of view.
Well, Q3 was really on the limit. I mean, the 2 laps I've done, I was really happy with my laps, but we were very close with Max and Carlos. To be honest, it's not something that I expected until now. It's been such a difficult weekend for me. Yesterday, I went into a direction that was completely wrong with the car setup, and I really struggled to put a lap together. This morning in FP3 was all about adapting to that new car, following the direction of Carlos' setup, and then in quali I managed to put everything together, and I'm really happy with the performance we've shown today. Yes, it's only P3, and I'm never completely happy with third place, but considering where we started the weekend, it's not a bad place to be.
Charles, what took you in that different direction setup-wise yesterday?
I had a feeling that this was the right direction to go, but obviously after FP2 I realized that it wasn't. It's as simple as that, and yeah, then it was all about readapting to everything in FP3 as quickly as possible, but also there I've been quite inconsistent. And then coming qualifying, I put everything together, and the last lap in Q3 was really good. I mean, Carlos has done an incredible job since FP1, he's been on it. And in Q3 as well, his lap was really, really good. But yeah, happy to be that close.
And with the ATA this weekend, we've seen all 3 tyre compounds used in that qualifying session. How did the car perform on each tyre?
Well, I think it wasn't too bad compared to the others. I feel we probably struggled a bit more on the hard, especially on the first lap, straight out the box. We seemed to struggle a bit more to put them into temperature, but apart from that, it was good on all 3 compounds.
Right, well done. Thank you. Let's open this to the floor. Please remember to give your name and publication. First one.
Jesus Balseiro, Diario, asked question for Carlos. How realistic is to think about a race win tomorrow? I mean, what has to happen for you to fight for a win tomorrow?
I think it can happen. I think nothing is impossible tomorrow, especially starting from P1. If I get a good start, I'm going to do everything I can to stay ahead of Max. I think looking back at this year, 100% of races, they've been quicker, and they've been clearly quicker. No? So that makes me feel like it's not going to be easy at all, and they're going to try a way past one way or another. No? But you know, something could happen. We could also have a particularly good day to tomorrow and get the win. So I'm just going to try and go open-minded into tomorrow, drive as I want to win the race, and then adapt to the circumstances and to the race pace of each car.
Thank you. Yep, next one.
Carlos Miquel, Diario Marca, question for Carlos. I don't know if you know that that there is a Monza maldition that from 19 nobody repeats victory. I mean, last year Max won in Monza. Could be good for you, no?
Yeah, maybe you should ask that to Max. But honestly, I don't believe in statistics too much and this kind of how do you call them, curses or whatever. I think on Sunday wins the one who deserves the most, and normally the one who is quicker unless something happens. And I'm just going to try to be that one, no? The faster one and the one that puts everything together. And go into tomorrow also trying to enjoy the day, you know, enjoy starting on pole in Monza with Ferrari, good energy, good vibes, and then, yeah, just enjoy myself out there because it's going to be fun.
Thank you. Next one.
Alex Can, Lucas Autosport. Another question to Carlos, please. Congratulations on pole position. You mentioned just at the end of Q3 you took particular risks at Ascari in the Parabolica. I just wondered if you could talk us through those, please, and how you felt that made the difference. Thanks.
Yeah, I think it's typical here in Monza. No, you have such a light feeling with the car that you never really are willing in practice, to take the car to the absolute limit until really Q3 when it counts. And I've had a few good laps here in the past in Q3. I remember my McLaren days, and even last year with in Ferrari also I had a really good run around Ascari and Parabolica when you go and remove a bit that fear and you go to take the ultimate risk. And today it worked again. You just go into that corner that is an incredibly fast corner where the car feels incredibly light, and you just hope it grips. And it did, like it's been doing all weekend. That has been giving me that extra confidence and extra feeling to push through there. And I think I had a very good run through there, and I could take pole by hundreds. But yeah, it was good fun. Honestly, this qualifying session, I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed the battle, already from Q3 run 1 when we did 0.5, all three of us. I knew it was going to be super, super tight and all about the details and risks going into the second run, and it was really good fun.
Thanks, Carlos. Yes, more.
Claire Cottingham from Race Fans. Question for Carlos and for Max. Carlos, for you, how impressed have you been from your own qualifying throughout the whole season and then to get to where you are now, pole position, obviously? And Max, how surprised are you by their pace? Carlos has been on it all weekend. It's been quite an impressive performance. Thank you.
Honestly, this year, it's been an up and down year in terms of pace, and some races we are there, some others we're not. But I've been feeling a lot more at home with the car since the beginning of the season, and I feel like I understand a lot better how to drive it and how to set it up a bit more to where I want the car to be. I've been having in terms of pace and getting the pace out of the car, a smoother season. I'm hoping that the second half I just can put more weekends together like I did more in Sandboard, and it becomes a bit smoother from here onwards, and we just maximize where we are.
Not really surprised. I mean, they were quick also last year. Also, when you look at their rear wing, it seems like it's quite well optimized for Monza, where I think our wing, especially for one lap, is maybe not the best optimization, but for the race, normally it should be better. Nothing shocking, to be honest.
All right, next one.
Roland Vodding, motorsport.com. It's a question to all three, starting with Max, please. This is the second weekend with the ATA. I know you were not fond of it in Hungary. At least we saw some more running here in Monza. But what are your thoughts on it? Also, the FIA will review it after this weekend and look at it for 2024. But what are your thoughts on it so far?
For me, it's not necessary. It doesn't really change anything. The quickest cars are anyway at the front, and normally also the quickest cars on the harder compounds are even better. So it probably makes it even worse for the teams in the back.
Carlos?
Sorry?
Your thoughts on the ATA, please?
I think FP1 and FP2 and FP3 maybe a bit more of a pain with the tire allocation, just not being able to put as many new tires and learn from the car, and maybe waiting around on the garage a bit longer. Then honestly in qualifying I like it. I like hard, medium, soft, having to adapt, having to find the grip. It becomes a bit more improvisation and a bit more like improvisation and feeling on how much grip you're going to find in Q2 and Q3. But the rest of the weekend, I wish we could have a bit more running and a bit more tires. Just Q1, Q2, Q3, I like it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. Q1, Q2, Q3 is okay, but free practices is not great. I don't like it.
Thank you. Yes, let's move on.
Fabio Marchi, Mundo Deportivo, question for Carlos Sainz. What do you feel and what do you think in the very previous moment that you have to start your last lap? Do you think let's go, I am Matador and I will show you?
I don't. I tell to myself, vamos, Carlos. No. I don't know. Have you ever been that present to realize what you're thinking? I think we're going so fast and we're like so pumped of adrenaline that you don't really have time to tell yourself much. you're just seeing turn one come at 340 kph, and with these cars that jump around, you cannot even see turn one because of the vibrations and the speed that we're doing. So you're just trying to find your braking point as much as you can, and even sometimes it's quite difficult to find it. So I don't have time to tell myself vamos or anything like that. I'm looking at turn one from the beginning of the straight, seeing where's my braking point, because I need to find it.
Thank you. Yep.
Niharika from Sportskeeda. A question for the two Ferrari drivers. How much does Ferrari's iconic status mount pressure on you to perform? Also, do you think it's unfair that Ferrari lately has drawn the most criticism for its lack in performance compared to other iconic names on the grid that are not performing so well?
Charles, why don't we start with you?
I mean, unfair or fair, I mean, at the end, we are Ferrari. So, of course, there's a lot of noise around the team, and we need to deal with it. None of us are happy in the team of the performance we are showing at the moment, apart from today, of course, where we are quite proud and happy. But the rest of the season, for now, has been very difficult, and we are also aware. So it's normal that people are talking a lot about Ferrari, because Ferrari is Ferrari and because of all the history they have in the sport. And now it's our duty to make everything in order to come back at the top. Then for the pressure, me personally, I don't feel more pressure coming here. It's just motivation. It's a long week for us. Obviously, we start already from Monday or Tuesday at the simulator, and then we've got events in Milan, and we feel so much support. And you can really feel how much it means to the whole country, this Grand Prix, and how much Ferrari means to them. So it is very special. You can feel the responsibility, but at the end, it's a lot more motivation than pressure.
Yeah, I would agree with Charles. Yeah, I wouldn't call it pressure. I would call it a sense of responsibility, no, and a sense of wanting to give this crowd and this country the best possible version of yourself, both off the track and on the track with your performance. No, I cannot be enjoying this weekend more than I've been enjoying it from the beginning, and it's been like that for the last 3 years since I'm a Ferrari driver. I just cannot remember or cannot think about a better feeling than being a Ferrari driver in Monza, and it's a dream come true, something that I'm sure I will remember the rest of my life, to be going through these years of experience, feeling this, something that I consider myself extremely lucky to do. And yeah, it's responsibility more than pressure. And the other question was? Vamos. What was it?
Pressure.
No, that was the one I answered.
Then you've answered it.
No, there was another question. Yeah? Okay. Good.
Yeah, answered it. Right, let's do one more before we go. Two more.
Carlos, can we say that the lap of today has been the best lap of your life?
By probably my 3 pole positions, you count 4 because of Max in last year in Spa, but I think 3 proper pole positions, you know, I'm fair. Not like the statistics. Yeah, must be very, very good laps and my best laps, but I've always done good laps around Monza. Sometimes I've had the car for pole, or other times no. This one is for sure up there. I'm not sure if it's the best one. I've done so many qualifyings in F1, 150 plus 180 qualifying, so to pick this one, for sure is the most special pole position. Is it my best lap ever around the circuit? I'm not sure, I cannot remember, but definitely one that I've enjoyed the most.
Thank you, and we'll do one more.
Faire l'équipe, question to Max. Last week, Fernando said that he thought about being in front of you, and he would have put himself in danger leaving Zandvoort. Do you think that going P2 tomorrow could be the best for you to go out of the track tomorrow night?
Oh no, I don't think like that. I'm only here to win, and then we'll figure out what happens leaving the track. But you know, the fans, they of course support Ferrari, and of course they will always want to see a red car win, but they are also sensible, you know, they are not hooligans, so it's all okay.
Can also go in a helicopter if not.
Yeah, I'll just barge through it. They have to run out of the way, so it will be okay. No, I'm joking. It will be fine.
Max, thank you. Very well done to all three of you, and good luck in the race tomorrow. Thanks.